Hello, this is a simple video to show how to test a dual parallel card using blue on a CF card in the X profile. So I made a 8 meg small CF card. I installed blue on it. It's in the even star. So you set the mode switch to 1 and the target switch to 0. So put the card in the X profile. Alright, and then look here. I've got the dual parallel card in slot 2. It doesn't matter what slot. I just use slot 2 because it was open on my computer. Right now I have got the X profile connected to the lower connector, but you'll need to do this procedure twice. Once for the lower connector and once for the upper connector to make sure they both work. Because basically they're completely independent of each other on the hardware, and one could be bad when the other one works. Alright, so I've got the unit plugged in, I've got the interlock defeated so I can keep the door open, and I'm going to fire it up. Because I have 2 megs of RAM, it takes a second to boot up. And the video is probably going to look terrible on the screen, but you'll get the point. Okay, I'm going to press the space bar while I'm booting or waiting for it to load up, so that way it goes right to the prompt, the startup from prompt. Okay, so you can see because I have the card in slot 2, I get the options of flower 7 for the upper port and flower 6 for the lower port. Your mileage will vary. If you're in slot 3, it'll be apple 8 and apple 9, and if you're in slot 1, it'll be apple 4 and 5. But you understand that. So right now we have it connected to the lower connector, so I'm going to use flower 6, and I can hit it with the mouse, I guess. Flower 6. You see the X profile. Booting blue. Right there, that's a good sign that everything is good. I'm going to say yes to blue. And then just as a double check, I'll go to H for hard disk. And I'll go for I to identify. And I'm going to hit number 6 for lower parallel port. And this is the data I get for the CF card. 1C80 blocks. And right now this means everything is good. So basically you need to shut it down now and then repeat this with the other connector. I'll do that on this video, but it's exactly the same step. So I'm going to power it off. Okay, I switched off the mains power. You really should unplug it. I guess you could unplug it too. I'm going to take the connector off the lower one. And I'm going to install it on the upper one. Okay. Now I'm going to put the power back on. And now I'm going to power it back up. And again, I'm going to push the space bar. That just keeps it from beeping and giving an alarm that it can't boot off the internal port or the floppy drive. Okay, should be there. Now we go back. Now we got the upper port, which is 7 right here. Again, booting blue. Everything's good. Booted it off the CF card. Hit yes. Hit H for hard disk. Hit I for identify. And hit now 7 for the, or excuse me, 6 for the upper port, or yeah, 7 for the lower port, I'm sorry. 7. You'll see that I get the same 1C80. That's correct. And that's it. if you can pass these two tests with both ports, the card is good. If anything, if you don't see the ROM message on the boot up screen, if you don't get blue to boot, then there's something wrong with the card. Thanks. Bye.